Yo, YouTube, what is up? Welcome back to the Radar for Wrestling Studios.
What up, Marks?
NXT just finished up. Let's go through the show. It's all build up for Takeover, Vengeance Day, the bastard child of Judgment Day and Vengeance. They combine the two and it's called NXT Takeover Vengeance Day. So it's all build up to that. We have, the Dusty Classic playing out both for the men's and the women's, see who goes in the final at Vengeance Day. We got all that figured out. We have the new Beverly Hillbilly basically showing up
Mr. Wall Street Bets himself.
Exactly. In NXT showing up. We have a lot of stuff going on with Gargano in the way. A couple things here so to get into. Not the best episode of NXT. It's just all build up for this Sunday's NXT Takeover Vengeance Day. So let's get right into it. But before we do it, I remind you guys, drop a like and a comment on here. Helps us out with the algorithm. Feeds you guys more of our stuff. So drop a comment. We want to continue to grow the community. We appreciate all the feedback we're getting and all the conversations we're getting into with everybody about wrestling and all that good stuff. Love the community right now. Love the way it's growing and shaping out. So continue to be in the comment section, letting us know what you guys think about everything going on. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Notification bell gets alerted when those new videos drop. Follow me on social media, all that pop on the screen. Follow me on all those platforms. Appreciate all the support. Now let's get into it. NXT started off. Dusty Classic semifinal. MSK taking on Legado Fantasma. Now this is interesting. We kind of figured MSK was gonna make a deep run in this, because the way they came in. So that's what we got. MSK beat Legado Fantasma. They look solid as a really exciting young tag team. That's what they look like. They look good out there. Not too great on the mic, but everything else, the package itself looks pretty solid, and it's a good thing to build upon. So they get the win, and now they're going to the semifinals to face either Thatcher, Ciampa, or the Grizzled Young Vets. So they're going to Takeover. They're going to be their first Takeover. So exciting, good stuff. It's a good way to build these tournaments. Good way to build young people, young tag teams that people haven't seen.
That's why we have these tournaments, is to push the younger guys. That's what it's about.
Yes, big time. So that's good stuff. Next thing on the show is an interesting one. You have Xia Li. She's coming along with Boa and Tian Sha. That is the person sitting in the big throne, right? She's taking on Cora Jade. So she comes in, and then for some reason she gets in the ring. She makes her entrance, her extravagant entrance. She gets interrupted by Casey Catanzaro and Kaden Carter, who are for some reason upset with the way she's been acting, I guess.
Because why?
Yeah, I mean, they teamed once or twice, but it's really who cares? But she gets attacked by whoever, Cora Jade, and she ends up squashing Cora Jade, and that's pretty much it. Then, Tian Sha is really upset by this because Kaden Carter walks up to her and demands an answer as to what you're doing to Xia Li. What did you do to her? Xia Li's not having it. She beats up both of them. Boa gets his ass handed to him by Tian Sha, and a little bit of discipline right there. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Xia Li gets to win this, and then we haven't seen this for a few weeks, and then it kind of comes back, and then you have a little bit more meat on the bone, I guess. But we're still trying to figure out what this is all about.
I mean, it's got the Star Wars Emperor vibes, just sitting at the chair and just we'll see where this goes. But it's interesting, it's fun. Xia Li wasn't doing much before, so this is definitely something interesting, and I'm looking forward to see how they keep building this thing.
Yeah, it should be pretty interesting how it's going to go. All right, next thing, we had Johnny Gargano come out in a wheelchair along with the rest of the way. They come out, and he's talking about how he cannot compete against Kushida at NXT Takeover because he broke his arm in multiple places, multiple fractures. And then they show what happened to him last week. Obviously, Kushida attacked him, and he hit him with one of the most whatever kicks you've probably seen, and they even showed it and slowed it down, and it's kind of he got hurt off of that one. And then here comes William Regal to kind of shut him up and tell him that he's been cleared already, so he's faking it. Johnny Gargano puts up a phony X-ray on the screen, and it's basically his arm's in pieces, the bones. So he'd be a lot worse just having his arm in a sling and kind of still moving around. Yeah, basically, he pretty much cut that one off at that point. But yeah, all that happens, and then you end up having what do you call it? Kushida show up in the ring and they start brawling, and then Gargano's fine, so it's all magically okay, and then the match is gonna happen at NXT Takeover. So that's what we got out of it. But then this match turned into the women's Dusty Classic semifinal: Shotzi, Blackheart, Ember Moon versus The Way, to see who faces Raquel Gonzalez, Dakota Kai at NXT Takeover. In the end, Shotzi, Blackheart, Ember Moon get the win here. Pretty solid match between all four women involved, and they're gonna take on Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. Should be pretty interesting.
Yeah, I think the right team won here. I mean, the way can do their stuff together, as a group and still be fine.
Yep.
But gotta have Shotzi and Ember Moon kind of build up and maybe get a push after here, winning and going to the NXT Women's title picture, possibly. But definitely good match, and good tournament so far. I'm enjoying the matches, and I'm excited. You know, the brackets are falling nicely, so I'm excited to see like the final.
Yeah, it is pretty interesting. It's like young teams and young stars getting built throughout the whole thing. So it's good stuff. Next thing, we had the match, Austin Theory versus Kushida. And the match is doing fine. Then eventually you have Kushida winning by DQ because Johnny Gargano gets involved. Then you have a really funny spot to me. I found this very, very entertaining. So they throw Kushida in the ring because Gargano's going to get a chair and like break his arm. So Austin Theory gets sucked in underneath the ring. And then Gargano tries to save him and pull him out. Who he ends up pulling out is Dexter Lumis, who stares him down, and he's all scared. So I thought that was funny. And then both guys get like, you know, they're both submissions put on them. So you have Gargano and Austin Theory being like, you know, passed out, you know, through the submissions they were in. And Kushida stands tall with NXT North American Championship, but gets stared down by Dexter Lumis. So Dexter Lumis is gonna throw himself in there. It's gonna be Kushida versus Gargano at Takeover, but Dexter Lumis still has a part in some of this. So I thought it was entertaining. Yeah.
I mean, like, that dude just keeps being super entertaining, and they keep finding interesting ways to make him more creepier and just weird. And that was hilarious. Pulled out just his face again. It was just, I mean, that guy's face cracks me up. But I think it's awesome. He's just a great part of the show, no matter what he does, even if he's just drawing. But yeah, it's like he basically stole the night for me. It's terrible to me.
Yeah, and Gargano's doing a good. He's good. He's doing well in his role that he is now.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's good. He's playing a good chicken shit heel. I mean,
but some of the spots they put him in, I think it's more of just like the stuff itself isn't that great. But him, the way he comes off is still like, you know, he's still doing a good job in the role. Yeah. All right. So next thing we had Scarlett Bordeaux, or just Scarlett now, I'm sorry.
It's just Scarlett, bud.
In William Regal's office, talking about she wants a match. I mean, Karrion Kross wants a match against Santos Escobar, and it's gonna happen next week. Why is this happening again? We don't know.
Tick-tock.
And you had Karrion Kross like lay out legado fanatsma too afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, Karrion Kross is really mad at these guys for whatever reason. Maybe he's not down with parking lot attacks. Maybe that's the issue that he doesn't like. They really haven't explained any of it. All I know is Scarlett Bordeaux on the table was pretty awesome, and then her just basically saying time is up. Why? I don't know. He's really mad, but I guess we'll figure out next week when he completely destroys maybe they're getting rid of the legado de fantasma. Maybe they're just destroying it. I don't know. Yeah. But definitely weird. Doesn't make any sense. It's obviously filler for him, but okay.
Yeah, so it's interesting. We had another after this a vignette from Imperium. Seems like maybe the whole stable is gonna show up in, you know, along with Walter, show up in NXT. Excited to see that.
About time, because it was supposed to be Finn and Walter so many months ago, basically like a year ago, and we were excited for it. And damn you, COVID.
Yeah, so all right, so next thing on the show, we had a returning superstar showed up in a Lamborghini, and it was Cameron Grimes, the resident NXT's Beverly Hillbilly, because he shows up and he revealed that he got seriously rich off GameStop stock and Dogecoin, which he called Dogcoin, and he's filled with a ton of money. Nobody can tell him what to do now. He can do whatever he wants. And then he took a bunch of, how many $100 bills he threw up, and he threw it in the air. I'm assuming most of that's probably like the leftover Shane O'Mac money that falls from the ceiling when he comes out every once in a while.
Which I got some of that too. So
exactly, surprised just some of that rolled up with a couple hundreds in the front, and he threw it on the ring and he left. So let's see where this gimmick goes. He came out in a suit and all that stuff like that. Finally wearing underwear.
Yes, finally.
Underneath his clothing, so that's good. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, he can afford it now.
He can afford it. Yeah,
that sweet GameStop stuff right there. Wall Street bet.
Making a ton of money now. All right, so next thing on the show was the men's Dusty Classic semifinal to see who faces MSK at NXT Takeover. We had the Grizzled Young Vets taking on Thatcher and Tomasso. I thought it was a tremendous matchup. These teams really mesh well because they have similar styles, hard hitting, physical styles. I am surprised with the finish though, because the Grizzled Young Veterans get the win here, and they're gonna face MSK second year in a row. They're in the finals of the Dusty Classic. It's pretty interesting. I think they're gonna do it with Ciampa and Thatcher because they like doing that. They take two guys who have feuded with each other or don't really have much to do with each other, put them together, and they have a good run in there. I thought they would have ran with it. Interesting that Ciampa takes the fall in this match as well.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked too. I thought if you want to push MSK and make them a big deal, have them go against Thatcher and Ciampa, especially Ciampa in there. Ciampa taking the fall was very interesting. I guess they're really gonna push the Grizzled Young Vets. I mean, I guess that's where they're going.
Yeah.
But I really thought Ciampa and Thatcher would have been a great matchup versus MSK just because they can really push them over the top and make them viable. It's crazy because both these guys are badasses. Thatcher hasn't been here that long, but he still just really has. For the little time he's been here, he's shown to be a badass, and Ciampa's Ciampa. So definitely interesting take. But hey, they're pushing younger guys or guys that haven't been used. as much as others. So I guess Brazilian vets are getting the push. Good on them.
They are good. It's good on them. But I hope Thatcher and Ciampa stays the team at least. Maybe get some shots at the NXT Tag Team Champions. It'd be pretty cool if they win the championships. I think it would be pretty cool. But you know, I like them as a tag team together because they mesh well. They look they have similar kind of styles. Not similar styles, but like they come off similar to me. Anyways, both crazy looking bastards. Yeah,
they're crazy asshole bastards like that. Just hit the shit out of each other. They like a fight. They just like a fight.
I mean, I am trying to see like a trio stable of them two and Karrion Kross, like the three craziest looking dudes there. Yeah, so they're pretty cool.
Who's messing with that team?
Yeah, nobody is. But guys, that's NXT. That's what we got for you guys today. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Let us know in the comment section below what you guys thought of NXT, what you guys think is going to happen at NXT Takeover and going forward after that. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. We want to hear what you guys' thoughts on the product itself and where you guys think it's headed. So please, in the comment section below, let us know what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching. That's all we got for you guys today. Let's work, bro. Now to the job.
Later, Marks.